Hello, here's a quick video on how to get a calendar or any sort of announcement up at the top of your Schoology page. And you'll notice this one is set as an announcement, so it is above all of the materials that you would find below in your Schoology page. This is a Google slide that I am using here. I have used Google Draw in the past, but starting last year, I started to use Google Slides. It's really easy to format them. The spacing or the size works really, really well. And in addition to, I can set up all of my weeks well in advance. So that's what this looks like on the back side. So I created a Google slide. This is the format that I have chosen to use this year. If you're interested in this format, I'll provide the link for you to be able to copy it, but you can design really your own template of any kind. Like I said, I've set up all my weeks for the entire year already so that I have a semester one and semester two, but I have the special dates when we have no school, and then I'll go in and fill those in with what we're covering for content. I also have my office hours, so if anything changes, all of a sudden I can. And then I chose to do icons as buttons this year, and I've had more in the past, but this is what I have right now that link to other things, and they can be linked to items that are on your Schoology page. We have a calculator, a calendar, which is just my yearly calendar, basically, more big picture. And then I can hide all those slides so that the students can't see them. And then I have where I plop the weeks down that we already covered behind this little previous week screen. And then students, if they were absent or were trying to remember what we did a previous week, can scroll back and look at those things too. So again, here's what that looks like. They're not going to be able to see the things that are hidden, but they're going to get to previous weeks. And this is what we did last week. And this is what we did the week before. And all the links are still live. So it's kind of nice that they can still find everything they need on Schoology. And again, like I'll link folders on Schoology, and it's really quite a great system. So let's talk about how we can get that. So first off, you're going to make your Google slide and you're going to make it however you want it to look. The big thing here is once you create your format and you're ready to share it, do want to make sure that your share settings are anyone with the link can view. Usually it starts off with just Edina apps or restricted, and I would highly recommend anyone with a link can view. So it's just covering all your bases if a student is logged in, not on their account or whatnot. This will allow them to see it on the top of their Schoology page. If you don't have that, they will not see it. The next thing you're going to do is this is a practice page that I've created just for fun is you're going to go to your Schoology page, and if they're linked together, it will show up on all of them. So you only have to do this per linked course. You're going to add materials and add a page. Now you can add it here, or as a reminder, you can always add materials by clicking that little dotted line and the plus sign, but you're going to be adding a page. You can title this page whatever you want because you're going to eventually end up deleting it or unpublishing it. It does not have to be visible for students after you've already gone through this process. I am then going to insert content, and this is where you're going to get to that Google Drive resource app. Now, the Google Drive resource app has changed since previous years, where it used to be that my entire Google Drive was in here and I could search and find anything in my Google Drive. But instead, now you have to like manually add things in. So if I did not have the resource that I wanted in this list already, which will be most likely what happens to you, you're going to add resources and you're going to add files from your Google Drive. This is going to open a new window, and you can either go through and search your files that you have or your folders, or you can search for the file through its name. I'll just show you an example where, here, I'll just choose first day of school or first day of intermediate algebra. And I highlight it and select it. And once I select it, now it is going to be in this list until it's not, this course is done. So the first day of intermediate algebra was what I just added. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that intermediate algebra weekly semester one calendar. I'm going to click the button and or the box, and then I'm going to import embed, so it's actually showing up as a usable document on your Schoology page. For some reason there's always this blank space at the top just for visual appeal. I usually get rid of that, and you can get rid of that by pressing the delete button, or you can scroll down and press the backspace button, but you just want to make sure that space is deleted. Now, I could just go ahead and publish this, but it's visually appealing to have that calendar taking up that whole screen. So I will click on that yellow calendar and it turns out blue. And I'm going to pick this little picture icon here. And this allows me to change the dimensions. If you're using a Google slide deck, I would recommend changing this 560 to 950. And you'll notice once I click out of there, it automatically changes the height of that in order to match so it's not getting all weird proportion wise. You can change it to your liking, both height and width and height. By unclicking this box, I don't recommend doing that though. But if you want to play with it, you can. But 950 seems to be a really good size for a Google slide. And I'm going to press insert, and you can see already visually it got stretched wider. And then I'm going to press create. Once you get that, I named it Ha for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm going to click on that. And this next step is actually probably one of the hardest for people. And it tends to be harder for people using trackpads. But you're going to have to click down in this bottom right hand corner. And I click in the white space. And then you're going to go diagonal up to the upper left hand corner until you get that calendar highlighted blue. And I want just the calendar. So just be mindful you're not highlighting too much. And then I'm going to copy it. And I press Control C to copy. You could use, nope, it does not work to just right click it, by the way. So you will have to use Control C to copy that calendar. I'm next going to go to Updates over on the left hand menu, and I am going to paste that calendar right in this text box here. And you'll notice sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get up there, but it's now showing. And to make it an announcement, I'm going to click this little speech bubble, and inside of it, you'll see a bell. If you're working in an actual Schoology course, you will see two options there. You'll see both a bell and a little person. The little person will allow parents to see the update. For some reason, I always unclick that because I don't want them to get junk mail if it's giving an update. But you do you. But you really got to just make sure that you click that bell there, and then you press post, and it will all of a sudden be up at the top of your page, and it is usable, so you can click through it, and they will only see slides that are not hidden. And then it's also on your materials page, so it's right there at the top. And again, just to kind of prove a point, this calendar page that I created does not need to stay. Once you have it linked in your announcements, you can delete it so you're not getting a messy Schoology page, and there you go. I hope that helps.